Okay, are we streaming? Are we live? Oh, I'm excited. Let me turn myself down just a little bit, get myself dialed in. You guys can let me know how I hear, how I sound. I got some interesting stuff to tell you today. I'm excited. Let me turn myself down just a little bit. All right. So today I am going to take people through, you fine snails, through some of TealClaw. Crooked here. Ah, there we go. All right. TealClaw, check it out. You guys can see it on screen, hopefully. It is a chat app. It can work on your phone. It can work through a gateway. I'm going to speak a little bit of nerd talk up front. So it can work through your phone, like through a gateway. I can set up a Cloudflare gateway, whatever. You can use it locally. It's on GitHub, or you can use it on TealClaw.ai. And what's really awesome, I think, is it's the coolest. Well, fight me, man. Somebody could show me a cooler one. This is the coolest chat interface on Earth right now, and nobody's watching the stream. That's what's cool. I like that. About 2026, man. You can do the coolest stuff. Whether or not people find out is a different ballgame. But hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm going to be taking you through some of TealClaw, what I got it set up as right now. When you go to TealClaw.ai, if you're on your desktop, you can automatically recognize your OpenClaw connection, and you drop in your key and you're talking. So it uses Grok as an interface between the two. Um, and yeah, I set up all the Grok Orpheus, tuned it really well. So the voices are really cool. The local or Grok and it's very cheap to use Grok, obviously free actually, um, until you go over your limit. But uh, and then it's pay per usage, so it's so cheap to use Grok. This is the perfect use for Grok that I found. You can do deep research with Grok, and it feeds it to the OpenClaw instance that you have running. You can have multiple OpenClaws that you're controlling in here through different gateways. Um, it's very, very cool. And you can set up guest control of your OpenClaw gateway, and it will summarize with Grok what they want. They have scoped access, like they can click, add to calendar, and then the AI guide will guide them through adding to the calendar. Um, and then and then make sure that it's not a prompted injection or something like that. So you can have guest access to your stuff. So that's being taken care of. All kinds of different cool stuff for real. I think the main issue here is people being able to talk to your agent. So security is something I'm keeping in mind. Doing ESP32 stuff. I want to be able to serve TealClaw directly from an ESP32, so all the creds are kept right there on the device. I think that'd be super cool. Um, you can have your ESP32 device and not need to, you go to work or you go to the office or whatever. You don't need to carry a bunch of devices. You don't need to worry about where your keys are. You don't need to worry about all that kind of stuff because that's the kind of thing is like the gateway is kind of the protected layer now. You want to protect that gateway, so and access to that. So that's kind of my ideas, what I'm going on here. But I'm going to show you everything that I have on UI UX, or at least some of the stuff. There's so much I've packed in here, and it's so good. But like I said, so the your agent on OpenClaw side can manipulate all this stuff, and the Grok agent can manipulate all this stuff. So you don't even need to have a gateway connected. You don't need to use OpenClaw for all this to really have a lot of fun. Just using TealClaw.ai, and yeah, let's jump into it. I want to show you this chat and show you how this thing works. It's so much fun, dude. All right, so I can't, since I'm using my camera, I can't show you the motion functionality. But if you make a claw like this, it will recognize it and start the speech recognition. So just know that that is a functionality. And then also let me show you this because I can't show you when I'm using my camera for OBS. But um, so you can see the security control. You can do a photo log and it will like take timed intervals and then do a log and a summary of for however long you have this going. So your OpenClaw can do this with this device, or with this connection, and also a watch mode where it's watching for people or Bolo. So you can say like, oh, see, I killed the connection. Darn it. That's why I didn't do that. Yeah, 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 yeah. One second. One second, one second, one second, one second. Let me see here. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Yeah, yeah, yeah. One sec. I get my camera back up here. Uh, ah, oh, see, it like makes it tiny down there. I don't know why it does that. Hold on. That's so weird. Oh, man, I can't grab it. I gotta exit out. What's up? Hold on one second, Mr. Schaefer. I'm dealing with a camera issue. Let me remove that. Yes. Add a camera source. View source. Yes. Man, so many settings. Oh, no. Camera source. What am I thinking? Hold on. Video capture device. There we go. And boop. Ha, ha, ha. Way too big. Way too big. All right, let's bring myself back in here. Okay. So as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by myself. Give me a second. Move this back up. All right. Um, yeah. So cool camera features on here. You can use the claw to open the voice. It works really good. So you can be like that, and start talking, and then drop the claw, and it'll send the message. Um, yeah, surveillance stuff. Very cool. I'm a nerd like that. I always wanted like secret rooms and secret passages and stuff like that. So I love surveillance and like an update, like what would it be called? Like a brief at the end of the day of everything that happened and all that, but condensed like here's two paragraphs of everything that happened that day and how this works, like this log mode. And like I said, the OpenClaw agent can trigger this. You can have it on a cron job, and I have cron jobs. You OpenClaw geeks will know what I'm talking about. You can set cron jobs in TealClaw to go to just real fast with Grok to push to the agent. Um, so I had to show you all this stuff, man. This is so cool. But that was kind of the secret. OpenClaw is super, super powerful, but it needs this Grok interface layer on top of it. Oh, it's so good. It's so cheap, and your stuff's not being used for training. Well, I mean, not at that level anyway. So, okay, let's see. Oh, okay, this is so meta. So I've got this this chat is connected to my OpenClaw agent, which has a builder that I call Bob, and Bob has a skill to build TealClaw stuff. So I'm going to be using this TealClaw chat to actively build TealClaw.ai while you guys are watching this. How meta is that, dude? That's some serious meta stuff. That was scary. I know. That was scary. All right. So where do I get started telling you guys about all this stuff? Should I start with the local side? All right. Again, like I said, you can use Grok. It's free. You can go to TealClaw.ai right now. You can drop in a Grok key. You can get it for free, and it is free. and start playing with TealClaw. You don't need to have any of this connection stuff with agent stuff. It's still very, very useful and fun without it. Everything's set up, dropping a key, you're talking. You got audio, you got voice. Okay, watch. All right, here we go. I'm gonna talk to. This is talking to. I call him Mega. This is talking to the big agent right now. This is talking to OpenClaw. Um, mm, what would I have it do? What skill? I don't know. What should I have it do? Uh, oops. Yeah, I always want to do that. I just said good. Automatic response. Okay, I did because I just activated the mic. All right, so I need you to go do some research on OpenClaw skills right now and see what's popping in the community. So it is going to it's going to go off and do this research for me. Oh, I don't have the audio on. Sorry. I have so the audio button up here. Oops, I gotta make myself a little bit smaller so you can see that. There we go. So there's an audio button right here, and you can cycle through whether it's playing automatically, whether it's off. Okay, so if it's playing automatically, it's going to hit the Grok API for the Orpheus stuff. Still, it's like 15 times cheaper than um, Whisper, or I'm sorry, than 11 Labs. So, so it's very cheap per month to use the voice in this, um, but it'll play automatically if I have the sound play. You know what I mean? If I have this on the double, if I have it on one, I'll have to click play to play it, and it won't run the credits until I click play to play it. If I have it off, it won't run the credits for the audio part. Um,
Yo, what's poppin' in OpenClaw skills right now is all about integrations, browser automation, and giving agents their own identities, aight? People are hyped about skills like GitHub, Agent Mail, and Playwright automation. If you're looking to install some skills, build new ones, or create one-click demos, let me know your goal and I can give you the top 5 skills to check out. Not for real.
so it gives a summary of that because you don't want to speak all that out. That'd be super annoying. But I want to be able to see it on the screen if I want to see it. But it'll give, so it's also using Grok to summarize that. That it's working, it's like 95% right now. Otherwise, sometimes it'll get like a conversation with itself if I'm like sharing keys and stuff, which a lot of times I'm doing on here. It's like, well, we don't want to share that, so it's like I'll get some of that back and forth, but that can be tuned out. Um, but otherwise, it's super great for summarizing all this stuff. And yeah, watch. So I can tell a lot of all this stuff is command based, or the agent knows how to run this stuff. Like, for example, uh, let me go into Grok mode, and I'll show you just locally. And I want to show you that not it's not locally, but using Grok, which is not hitting the gateway and OpenClaw. It's Grok, not K, just so you know. But I can have it change like display stuff or do whatever do whatever set. There's a whole bunch of settings here. Or okay, Pomodoro watch. I want to set a Pomodoro timer for the next 15 minutes, and it's going to be discussing TealClaw uh, capabilities as the task. So it can set the Pomodoro timer and everything right here. Set a Pomodoro timer. You can set different tasks in that Pomodoro. It's so awesome. Okay, so automatically a little GIF plays, and that's the only way I can make money with TealClaw. All it sends to Clippy, because now uh, the only money that I can think of to make with TealClaw and keeping it free for everybody and fun, um, is that Google's API Tenor, Tenor, um, is shutting down in June or something like that. So other people are serving the GIF links. Um, so what I did is I set it up at Clippy, and it's like one every five is an ad, but it should be a relevant ad if possible. Um, but it's like in GIF form too. You know what I mean? So every time there's a response from Grok or something like that, usually it'll throw up a GIF. It'll send an API call to that just to say like, if you're talking about, okay, watch, like, hey, tell me about Michael Scott in The Office. So like if I said like something about The Office, it's probably gonna pull see, like it pulls a GIF with Michael
Yo,
Scott.
Michael
You know what I mean?
Scott's the man,
So
He's the regional manager at Dunder Mifflin's Scranton branch, and he's all about being the best boss ever. Not for real. But his jokes are super cringy and he's always causing chaos. It's pretty hilarious.
that's true. All right, so that's all Grok. That's not hitting my gateway at all, if that makes sense. So again, I'm controlling all this with that. But let's say I want to control the. Can you make the your text output red? Like it can change all the settings, all the.
Nah. For real?
Yes, you
I don't think we can make text appear in red just by talking about it, yo.
yes, you can make text in the chat appear red. Oh, maybe I have to refresh. Hmm. Change the background to red. Okay, so now the local agent um like chimed in when I was in Grok mode. So I'm working on that. Where he can chime in and break my Grok mode. Oh yeah, he did. Nice. Awesome. He did. That's so awesome. Okay, awesome. So, oh, I don't like that. Whoa, that's way too loud. Take that back. Let's just keep the accents in red. Um, but yeah, so this what's so crazy is like the OpenClaw agent knows how to control all this stuff and at a deeper level. Like he can set up the gateways, he can push stuff, all all that. The Grok agent is pretty smart though. Like he can't, smart. That's just running basic commands and stuff. Okay. So this is all the OpenClaw that's doing it. Nice. Oh, I like that accent. Okay, that looks nice. Oh, that looks great. Keep this as a memory for my skill for TealClaw. So then he'll remember, my settings that I like. I like that, the blue and red and stuff. Um, yeah. So you can do all that, or you can set timers, alarms, all that kind of stuff. Uh, I like Pomodoros, because it'll beep at me, beep 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 when it's done, and it'll tell me to take a break, that kind of stuff, take pauses. I get a lot of use out of Pomodoro timers. Um, oh yeah, I forgot. Okay, thanks for reminding me. Uh, so it can save to your Obsidian. Check that out. Um, like all this automatically saves to your Obsidian as you're going through it. The conversation saves to your Obsidian uh, uh, documents. I don't know if a lot of people aren't probably familiar with Obsidian is, but it's a basically a repo for documents, okay, for MDs, for markdown files and stuff like that. But these agents use that as their memory. Okay, um, so what I'm doing here, like even when I'm talking to Grok and stuff like that, I'm adding to that same markdown file. And sometimes, and like let's say I do, um, let's see, I'm just gonna go into Grok mode. Let's see. Do some deep research on OpenClaw and Peter Steinberger. So that's going to do a Grok compound full search. You can say research or search, just regular, and it's going to do a compound mini search, which would just be like you going to Google and spending 5 minutes. This is like you going into Google and spending 30 minutes. So it's going to give me, and it's like a penny. It's really awesome. Um, but it's going to give you a pretty detailed analysis right here up front. Okay. And then it's also feeding that to Grok and the other agents, so it has more context on it too. And these links are clickable, by the way. Um, but yeah, so Grok can have has more info on this. Give me more deets. So like there's more in the background than you see here. You just don't want to see a waterfall of text, but it has more, and this is all current. You know what I'm saying? So it's not using
Yo,
AI
so
old stuff
OpenClaw's
or
got a
whatever.
pretty cool architecture, right? It's got this local gateway that connects to a bunch of chat platforms, then hands off to these sandbox skills that can do all sorts of file, shell, or API actions. Not for real. It's like a whole ecosystem, with a community-run marketplace called Claw Hub where you can publish and share these skills. They're also working on some big updates for later this year, like federated multi-device agents and tighter integration with OpenAI.
Well, they were actually just bought by OpenAI, or Peter Steinberger works for them now.
Yo, big news in the AI world. OpenAI just acquired OpenClaw, and Peter Steinberger
See,
is
like
on
Grok
board to help
wouldn't have
shape their
this
open
information
agent plans,
usually,
combining OpenClaw's
you know.
community-driven tools with
But that
OpenAI's
research
research
gave it
muscle,
all that
right?
context, a ton of context on it, like way more than is shown here. So yeah, you can go in and dive. Now that also, if I'm in gateway mode too, I don't think that he has a context. Did you see the context about the search I just did for OpenClaw? I'm not sure if it does or not. I'll ask. But um, I don't think it probably shouldn't in this mode, but when I was in Grok mode, but when I have, yeah, good. So but if I would have done
Yo,
that,
nah,
if I
for
would have
real.
used that
I didn't
research
run any
when I was in
research,
local
so there's
gateway
no
mode,
FYI to share,
it
right?
would,
If you need help with something, just let me know and I'll do.
yeah, stop. All right, so when I was in local, if I was in local gateway mode and I would have said research or deep research or search or deep search, I made it for both, but it would have given that context to the main gateway agent as well. So it would have been like, it's kind of a pain to say. It's not a pain, but I can say like, hey, go do research on that. And these tools like OpenAI and Anthropic and stuff like that, they have good search tools, but Grok's compound search tool is the best I've used. Like it's so much better than Brave. I mean, oh, but it is amazing the access. However those scraper, man, well, it's incredible the information you can pull up super fast. So using Grok Compound as part of your skills is really really good idea. You can do incredible research, put it together, compile it, very current research, incredibly fast. So, all right, let's see, what else do I want to show you? Oh, let's show you. This is kind of fun. I like the stuff like if you have like a just kind of a question about something, you know what I mean? Like I like to have these little debates, but and I can trigger all this with again, it knows how to do all this if I ask it to, but I like using the little commands. Debate um Postgre versus other solutions. So uh,
When it comes to database management systems, PostgreSQL stands out for its robust feature set, including support for advanced data types and window
again,
functions,
it's
making it a
summarizing this.
top
It's not going to
choice for
read the whole
complex
thing. And
applications. Its
numbers and
open
things like
source
that,
nature
the
also ensures a high
summarizer,
level of
um,
customizability and community-driven development.
I can actually
Additionally,
turn it down.
PostgreSQL's asset compliance guarantees reliable.
I can just turn it down. So, um, how it works is like the
Very
uh,
powerful option. Other
this
solutions like MySQL
the
or
summarization
MongoDB offer
is
significant
it
advances
takes
like
numbers
ease
and
of use,
phone numbers and like
scalability,
math and
particularly
things
for
like that. It'll
smaller
display it on
projects
the
or
screen,
those with
but it'll
smaller data.
for speaking it,
MySQL, on the
it'll
other
either
hand,
try and
has
you know
more straightforward
write it
storytelling
out so it
process,
can speak
and
it,
wider support
or
among web
just
hosting
summarize
services,
around it.
making it a more accessible choice for developers without extensive database experience.
However,
That's
when
a good point.
considering scalability and performance under heavy loads, PostgreSQL often outperforms MySQL, especially in handling complex queries and large datasets. Its ability to handle concurrent
And this is all
connections
Grok,
and
by the way.
transactions more efficiently makes it a better choice for
But
applications
the
anticipating high traffic or large volumes of data. Moreover,
since it's
Postgres
in local
enables
gateway mode,
developer extensions
the
like
gateway will see this
PostgreSQL.ai
debate.
for geospatial data
So
as your
OpenClaw will
service
see this
bed.
debate and be able to give me more context later. I can be like, oh yeah, well maybe we can implement that with bot.
Despite these points, the total cost of ownership for PostgreSQL can sometimes be higher due to the need for more skilled personnel to manage and optimize it, especially for smaller organizations or projects with limited budgets. In contrast, solutions like MongoDB, with its flexible schema design, can offer a more
Got to make a way to
cost-effective solution
speed
for
this up and
projects
just
that
make it
require
automatically
rapid
just dump
development
it.
and
It
deployment,
it's
even if
actually a
they
dump,
might not
you know,
offer the
like
same level of
it can. I had
transactional
to slow it
integrity
down
as
to go back and
PostgreSQL.
forth. So I should have a
Mira made a stronger
bypass to just
case
dump
by
button.
highlighting
I'll do that.
PostgreSQL's technical advantages and
Oh,
versatility,
why not?
which are
What?
crucial for complex and scalable applications. Vera's points about performance under load and support for advanced data types were particularly compelling.
Okay,
Thanks for the opportunity.
appreciate. All right, so what I'm gonna do, because I'm on the gateway, like watch, I could just be like, hey, so did you see that debate? This is such a good way to get context to build this thing too. Gosh. Okay, so good. Oh, let me show you some other functions here in a sec. All right, you can drag in anything. So I can take a screenshot, drag it in, and just drop the files, and it's gonna bring it in here. Screenshots and everything and photos are shrunk down and optimized for the LLM
Yo,
receiving it.
nah, for real. I didn't
You
catch
can
any
drop in
debate coming through
multiples.
either. If you've got a specific video or thread in mind, like the OpenClaw debate or something,
Oh,
let me know, and I'll give you.
oh, maybe I didn't see that. That's probably not the worst thing though. I'm not sure. I think it did, but anyway. All right, let me see. So when I have a debate in TealClaw, the problem is that I can't skip and fast forward through it. I like the back and forth, but I want the option. I want there to be a button to just say skip, and so it dumps the whole debate out right there. Does that make sense? This is so good. I love it, dude. It's gonna get the builder building in the background doing this. How crazy is that? It's so meta. I mean, it takes a while. It's don't get me wrong. Like this took a week to get to this point, um, banging on Claude. Like I didn't get here right away. What's it trying to say?
Yo, so you're looking for a way to skip the slow reveal of AI responses and just get the full message instantly, right? You wanted a
Oh,
skip button that stops the typewriter effect and shows the whole message at once. That's a great idea.
oh, I forgot. I forgot I can actually do that. Like I can set the. I already made that a setting, so it knows it can manipulate that. All right. But the what I want to do though, well, actually, it's a little bit more complicated than that. I think you're gonna need to get Bob the Builder on this because I'm not talking about the typing speed, although that is cool. Thank you for doing that. Um, I'm talking about the ability to, oops. Oh, I have a limit on how long
No
I can
response.
record. I forgot. Oops, my bad. I gotta extend the limit. I like to talk a lot. Oh, that was the beep 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 beep. The Pomodoro was done.
Yo, just
You
wrapped
can
up a
send.
Pomodoro session, right? I finished a task, but I don't have any specifics to share. Nah,
Okay.
for real. Next up, I'm looking to tackle a new item on my list, but I need to prioritize.
All right. Let's see what. Oh, exactly. Oh, okay. So what needs to happen with Bob is that the when there's a debate happening in TealClaw, I need a way to skip through it. Not a typing speed thing, but I need a way to skip through the debate. Actually, as a button, as a feature. It's new that I'm teaching it this skill to build TealClaw here. So just gonna nudge her along. Uh, that's cool. I didn't think about the meta-ness of that, using the chat to build itself. But yeah, totally. Um, okay, let me show you some of the settings menu here. All right, you got obviously you can bring in Grok, you can bring in you can say Imagine and bring in Google API key or Open Router key for photo gen.
Whoa, so you're talking about adding a skip button to fast forward through debates, I? That's a great idea.
All right,
Nah, for real.
let's get
So
another
you're asking if I want the full transcript with all the intermediate stuff
let's get
or
another
just the
character in here.
final output, right? I'd say go with option 2. Just the final consolidated debate output. That way it's straight to the point.
No, I like to have the back and forth as an option and as the primary. The skip would be nice, um, also as an option, but default I like to have it go back and forth. Yeah, that's crazy. Gosh, man, it's so nuts. I mean, because it's one thing to build. Like I can build these skills for myself, but now I can build this skill. Basically, it's a skill because all of Teal AI is. Oh, sorry, my bad. I lost you there, Schaefer. Ask what Olympics event are live right now. Oh yeah, man, dude, no problem. Here, I'll do that. I'll do that deep research.
The skip to end feature sounds like a convenient way to speed up the debate process. As for the placement of the skip button, it would be most intuitive to have it next to the
Again,
input
all
box,
this stuff is
so
free,
it's easily
guys.
accessible when you're ready to move forward.
Well, I mean, everything's free, really. We can do all this for free. Um, Yeah, OpenClaw is free. You can hit agents for free to use OpenClaw for free. I don't know how you would. I'm tied in right now. The OpenClaw, by the way, is talking to GPT 5.2 for its interface. That's why it's not real fast talking to me. I could use like Gemini Flash and it'd be like, talking to me like that. Um, but I like the GPT-2 as the chat interface too. Um, and then GPT-3 Codex is the builder, this Bob. Um, 5.3 Codex, sorry. All right, let's see. All right, here we go, Shafe. We got 2024. This is the current medal count. Oh, that's 2024. No, 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 no. There we go. Just give me the old 2024 stats. That's cool though, honestly. United States, not published, data pending, so it's in the middle of it. Let's ask the big agent here. Can you give me more details on what's going on in the Olympics right now? How's the USA doing? But yeah, it'll do all that for sure. And see, here's the thing too, Schaefer. Like I can with this, well, now with this platform I can too. Not even a platform, right? This set of Cloudflare. This is on Cloudflare. It's free night. Oh, that's cool. It's free.
So there aren't any Olympics happening right
For me,
now,
it's free
but we
too.
can look back at the Paris 2024 Summer Games, where the USA performed really well, tying with China for the most gold medals at 40
Oh,
and
nice.
taking the top spot overall with 126 total medals. The USA also outperformed other top nations like Great Britain, France, and Australia. If you're interested, I can pull up more information on the Paris 2024 final results or give you a preview of the Milan Cortina 2026 Winter Games.
I thought it was happening right now. It's not happening right now. Okay, let's see. Are the Olympics not going on right now? I'm pretty sure they are. Honestly, I don't even know. How do I not know that? Because I'm busy with this. I mean, building, you know. But you mentioned it in chat.
The Olympics aren't happening right now, but there are other events that
Hmm?
might be getting mixed up with them, like Olympic qualifiers or World Championships, which
They're
are
going there
both
right now,
in
right?
full swing for winter sports. If you tell me what sport or event you're watching,
That's ChatGPT pulling research and saying that. That's interesting. They're going on right now, right? Let's see. I'm gonna Google it now. That's pretty rare that I've had to do this. That is a rare thing. Um, yeah, what the heck, dude? Like, okay, too easy though. You know, like, hello. Um, yeah, it's it's definitely happening. It also if I pull in a YouTube link, it'll do use the Grok deep research to research that. So that is sick. That's really cool. And it can actually read all the transcriptions. Man, the Grok deep research is really great. I don't know why I didn't get this about the NBC stuff.
so NBC Olympics is providing year round coverage, including previews and news about the upcoming Milan
Woo! That's
2026
crazy.
Olympics. If you're looking for what's happening right now,
We have found a serious deficiency here. You really need to dig in here. You're scaring the audience. You're live.
no response.
Let's see if it comes back. I might not went through. Oh yeah. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's weird. I wonder why I can't pull that. Interesting. Interesting.
I'd like you to go with option 2, short on air mode, and give me a quick line to say to the audience.
The Milan games are going on right now. You're being weird.
No response.
No response to that, huh? I know my gateway's messing up. Let's see.
No response.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. What happened to you? Ooh, it is windy out there. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Oh, I wish I could see through my glasses. Yeah. Oh. Oh, you can see the details up there, by the way, in the runs. Um, so if you want to get more details on what's going on. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, can you guys hear those dogs fighting? Oh, it's like two neighbors away. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Whoa. All right. Yeah, they stopped. They'll do it like 4 or 5 times a day. I don't know if they got like a new dog in the pack, but man, this dog feels like it's suffering over there. All right. Let's see if I can switch back to Grok mode here. Oh, weird. Interesting. Why did it do that? I'm gonna have to dig into that later. That's a bug. It's not bad. It came back. Why did it come back when I switched to Grok? Oh, no, I switched to Grok and it responded. Okay, let's see. Okay, now it's back. So I switched to Grok and switched back and it freed it up. Interesting. Okay. I can see by these little chat bubbles. All right. I have to check that out. I wouldn't know how to prompt that right now.
I'm not looking at a specific page, but I can tell you that if you're looking for Olympics information, you can check the official NBC Olympics website or NBC.com for updates on various events and the USA team's performance.
All right, yeah. I'm telling you to go do research on this and figure out the most recent stats on the Milan games that are going on right now. I feel weird having to like reiterate this. Yeah. Copyright issues for what? What do I have copyright issues with? Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Maybe that's why it's not reporting on it. Good point. There's probably LLM text on those websites. You're absolutely right. It's pulling up a website right now to look. You guys can't see that. Here, I'll pull it over. It's actually using its browser capability. This is the bot doing that. I'm not doing anything. It just pulled it up. So that's what I mean. Like this kind of capability is crazy, you know? Like, and so it's gonna come back and it's gonna take screenshots or however it figures it out. Taking screenshots probably, yeah, that's what it's doing right now. It's just scrolling down because like you said, there was copyright issues or something. They probably had a anti-scraping policy or whatever on their website. You can hear me, right, Schaefer? You should be able to. I see my little mic bouncing. Oh, let's see what it comes back and says here. Okay, but again, like I'm not at home, imagine, or whatever, or wherever this is using it. A lot of people are doing this not on their local machine, they're doing it on a VPS, like a private server, virtual private server. Ooh, it's diving deep now. We gave it the mission. That's what I mean too. Like I'm using the Chat GPT is a pretty heavy model for it's not checking my heartbeats, I don't think. Pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure I have Gemini checking heartbeats on here. At least I should. But so the way that the OpenClaw model works for you guys that are not model, but OpenClaw system, I guess you would say, works at least in kind of a nutshell, is you have kind of cron, you have different MDs, markdown files, just text files that define like its soul, its kind of mission, who the person is that it's dealing with, whatever. It builds its persona there. Um, I what other files in there? I don't know, but it's like seven different markdown files, and that's kind of its core base. And it can update those files as it continues to work with the user. So it's updating itself, updating its memory base. And then you have the skills that you're building on top of that, which are other markdown files where you can tell it to go look at those. And then it's like a recipe on how to do something. So a lot of the computers struggle with doing a lot of stuff like this right now. This takes a while for it to do. This is taking forever for it to check these scores. If I was checking the scores all the time or or often, I would just say, "Hey, build a skill on checking these scores." And it would figure out programmatically how to figure out the most efficient way to check those scores. And then it could do it probably in seconds whenever I asked. Or on what's called a cron job, which is a time job. Cron I think is short for chronological or chronology or whatever, same probably root word and etymologically. So cron just as like a time job, a timed job, a job on a timer. Um, so you can say like every day, every twice a day, do this, and it can set its own cron job. So once again, um, you can tell it to set a cron job, and it'll do it. So yeah, it is pretty wild. So it like you can so that's the timer end of it. Okay, and that now it has a heartbeat, quote unquote heartbeat. So you can set that too, like every 5 minutes or whatever. It wakes up, checks if there's any new tasks, and then goes back to sleep. I'm using those words, like go back to
According to
sleep and just
NP
shuts off.
Olympics, the Milan Cortina Winter Olympics would be happening around February 18th, 2026. To get the most recent stats, you can either open nbcolympics.com and share the medal
It
counts for the
really is. I'm
USA and top
having a
5
hard time with
countries,
this.
or send a screenshot of the medal table.
Like it opened it. You opened the page yourself. You didn't take a screenshot.
No response.
That's a glitch. I don't know if it's oh, it's because I said stop. That's why. I gotta fix that. All right, I gotta write that down. Sorry, I'm doing this with you guys live, man. Saying like I can fix it on here, but a lot of this building stuff I use Claude Code for. All right. I say stop. It kills the connection. Oh, whatever, dude. I can do it on here. I don't know why I'm doing things a difficult way now. I probably see no response. No, I didn't. Okay. All right. Maybe that isn't it. I'll just tell the symptoms. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. I'm gonna feed it back into the chat, and I'm gonna say, hold on. So I guess I can stop it from running, or I can run the hash commands that you run in Telegram, like stop, restart, that kind of stuff. Hold
It looks like the
on.
Olympic
Okay,
medal count is
finally.
in,
Look,
with
Schaefer,
Norway leading
see,
the way at
see how much of a
33
problem that
medals,
was?
followed by
Like,
Italy at 26 and the United States at 24. The US has 7 gold medals, 11 silver, and 6 bronze.
nice, solid. Norway's kicking butt. All right. Um, so yeah, so you can see like, but if I wanted to do that again, or I'm doing that every day, I'd be like, hey, however you just found that, create a skill, and now you know how to do it. Um, so I'm going to feed that back into it, and I'm going to say, this this seems. What am I doing? What am I doing? And whisper flow too. I can't use it. I like whisper flow too. Honestly, but this uses whisper, Grok's whisper as well, so it does a really good job of voice detection too. But I just noticed when I added this as a as an attachment, it shut off my ability to add voice. So I'm going to need to fix that too. I still want to be able to add a voice message, unless I type here, but I want to be able to add voice context on top of the images that I'm adding too. So I'm going to do that. Um, what what was I going to say about this? Can I pull that up? Ooh, I want to make it so I can click on that and and open up a preview again. Um, so it seems like there was an issue here. We need to get Bob working. Oh, there we go. Okay, yes. So it seems like there was an issue here we need to get Bob working on. Um, when I hit stop, I'm not sure if it was when I hit stop to the voice recording, but then when I tried to send something immediately, it said no response when I was trying to send it to you. So the message didn't go through, I don't think. There might be some sort of blocking issue happening. Can you send Bob to go check it out? That is crazy. So meta. All right. Well, I don't need to take that note anymore. I don't know why I still do stuff the old way, man. Like I'll sit here and write a note down like, oh, I gotta fix this, and then I'll tell it to go fix it. So yeah, I'm still stuck in the old ways here. Let's see. Let me take you through some of these settings. Um, oh, I gotta save the. Oh, let me show you this, the group chat. Check it out. They can answer as a group, and like this is really fun. Let's see what it says. When they answer now, the answer is a group. You should, unless I didn't save it. I might not hit save.
So it seems like there's a bug that's causing issues with
I didn't
sending
save.
messages after stopping a voice recording. To help fix it, we need to figure out when exactly this happens. Is it only right after stopping the recording? Or also after canceling or failing to transcribe? And does a hard refresh make the problem go away?
Hit stop on the voice no, I'm actually talking about hitting stop on the voice playback. So the voice was playing back and I hit stop early, and it seems like that causes some sort of locking issue. I can't be sure, but otherwise, can you check out why I would get a no response message? Mm, That'll work. It's so crazy, dude. All right. What was I going to show you there? Oh, I wanted to respond in a group voice. It probably will now. Let's see. That's kind of fun too. But yeah, there's 5 or 6 different voices. Obviously, once again, you can set those by voice. The OpenClaw agent can set all that stuff. It can set every single setting that you can do in here. The OpenClaw agent can do, and it's a lot. Um, the typing speed, fonts, and there's so much in here. Guys, just so you know, this thing is for sale. $10 million. It's such a funny glitch at this point. I have tried to remove this second stupid dollar sign with the model so many times. Whatever, whatever. Okay, so the little heartbeat up here, I thought this was really a cool idea as the context. This, the Grok itself, when it gets to its context limit, will compact, and then uses techniques that are similar to Claude and stuff to do that. So it will stay in sync and be up to date with the user. So like it shouldn't forget where it was at, or it seemed like it does. And then the heartbeat up here will beat faster and faster until it gets to the end of its context, and then it'll dump and then refresh. Or not refresh, but compact, and then it'll beat slower again. So you have a little visual on that. How cool is that?
The issue was a race condition between voice transcription auto send and manual send, but it's been fixed by making some changes to the send flow and stream cleanup. The voice auto send now goes through a guarded flow, and queued voice sends are flushed when it's safe to do so. A security sweep was also performed, and no issues were found.
See, dude. Okay. So I told it this is how I set up the sauce before I got on the stream. I was like, all right, here I have a security skill. It goes through Truffle Hog and it checks for emails, checks for anything I'm not supposed to dump into a repo. So what I told it in this skill on building TealClaw, this app, you know, it's an app too, I guess. But this man, what do you even call this? It's an app, but it's just pages on Cloudflare. It's so crazy. A wrapper, I guess you would say. Um, yeah. But it's on GitHub, so it lives on GitHub, and then it's auto pushed to Cloudflare, which is where the hosting is done, the domain is, and everything. So yeah. So I told it, okay. Use this as part of your skill. Every time you want to put, Bob is going to work on TealClaw, then use the TealClaw skill, and then he knows, okay, go to this folder, update the, any work you do it locally here, push it to GitHub, don't ask questions, push it to main. That's the way I am. I'm like PETA. Me and Peter are the same way. You know why? Because I don't know what I'm doing. I wasn't trained the right way. So now I just push everything to main. Dude, I like work trees, branches, all that stuff. It's like, no, get it out of here. I'm testing everything as I'm pushing it, period. I love that. I love that. You know why? Because this stuff is actually pretty darn stable. You'd be surprised. Yeah, I could break something, but I'm testing it as I'm building it, you know? So it's crazy. The chances of build or breaking something like that. I mean, they're there, but as the product gets more refined, like as I've built a few of these now, and really, this is the product. Everything I'm bringing in, that I know I can do, like with the Grok searches, the hand. I wish I could show you the motion functionality. It's so cool, dude. But all these different abilities and stuff I know about because I've been building with different like subset products of this for the last month, and I'm just bringing this all together, and it's having a baby. It's really, really good. It looks so easy, but you got to know what to do. Um, yeah, I'd like to show you more of the so the capabilities as far as the gateway stuff. It is fully capable on here. If you have a hard gateway, like a hard Cloudflare tunnel, a hard gateway, a Cloudflare tunnel um, set up, a permanent one, then you're going to be good to go. The agent can set it up like that. You'll be good. Um, if you're doing a temporary Cloudflare gateway, you can do it. The problem is at this point is that the OpenClaw settings, it looks like they're not allowing for tenant access and stuff like that. It's just OpenClaw is working itself out right now as far as a lot of the connection issues. Um, But yeah, no worries. We'll be able to work around whatever. The gateway is working really good. It's just the challenge is, I think, is security. Physical device security is the key now, uh, for sure. So, whew, if somebody gets your phone now, baby. I mean, yeah. People are gonna have to, with this age of agents, people are gonna have to have a whole new kind of philosophy on their device security. Just because, like, what you could do with just one. Like if anybody on YouTube just wanted to mess with me, got on the age. I mean, just what you could inject is just crazy, man. Because you could tell it like, go here's a recipe, go through, set up all this stuff in the background and hide it, And this is a game or something. It's just there's so many ways to attack it if they can get access. Um, so that's kind of the key to all this, and yeah. There's the different things. I mean, there's the physical access side if somebody actually is attacking you, and then there's the vectors of attack that this technology can present. Like, for example, like the skill building to get, checking before you post to GitHub. Ask how I know why to do that, because I had uh, what was it, a key for freaking Twilio burned my account instantly. They're like sent me it was like I thought it was glitching. I'm talking to my business partner. I'm like, man, everything is vibe coded now because this thing is jumping all around. The numbers were going like down, 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 down. And I didn't even have that it was like a limited balance. I don't know how they did it, man. Um, but yeah, they hit Twilio for like $2,000 in the space of like a minute, dude. It was crazy. Um, Yeah, and then Twilio took completely burned my account, which sucks because if you guys know about Twilio, how hard it is to set up that thing, and you have to wait a few days for approval. It's a pain in the butt to set up a Twilio account. So it sucks to get accounts burned, even if it doesn't cost you money. It takes time to go in there and have to set up a whole new thing again. Um, and it burns the email address associated with the phone number associated with it. Uh, it's a pain, man. So yeah, so that was because I posted a skill to GitHub and had the API key in there. It's just a very easy thing to do, just without doing a sweep. And I don't even know if that was public. That repo was public probably for a minute. I'll leave more keys than that, but I didn't get hit. If you know, if somebody actually hit this, and this is another incident. Um, Somebody hit me up on because of the for leak. That's how I figured out how the Twilio stuff got leaked. But somebody hit me up and they're like, "Man, your keys are exposing this skill." It was really awesome. You just ended up becoming a pretty good acquaintance. It seems like. Um, and he's interested in 3D printing and all this kind of stuff. So I guess some leaks work out okay. Just depends on who the bad guy is. If it's a bad guy that's seeing it, or if it's a good guy that's willing to let you know. Um, so yeah, I salute you guys to all you in the security field that are keeping morons like me safe for sure. I mean, here's the thing. I learned from the school of hard knocks, and so this does help. You know, this is how I learned. Typically speaking, you know, I need to know like, oh, that was that easy to expose like 4 keys. And granted, you can rotate a key really easy, but if you don't know it's exposed, um, you know, so yeah, it's uh, it's a wild west time and all this stuff. It's very powerful. But the more power that you give it, the more control surface at the same time opens up for attackers. And they will be using this control surface because it's very powerful. It has, you know, like, yeah. It's just imagine, like, oof, yeah, it's a heyday for hackers, man. Oof, it's crazy because people are gonna adopt this stuff like nuts. You know, I'm on the cutting edge here, I guess, and you know, building with it and sharing with the community. These are tools that people will use as builders. You know, so people are going to use this tool that I'm building right now. Hopefully, that's the goal, um, as an interface to build stuff. So yeah, man, it's going to be really wild, man. So like a chat interface and a builder interface, that's a cool thing. There's a lot of cool things about TealClaw. I really like it. I'm going to use it exclusively. So when you're the user of your own dope, like that's saying something, at least for me, because I'll create a lot of products and I don't use them very often. This will be a daily driver for me. I'm creating my own daily driver and not in a way that's like niche just for me. No, I'm creating a daily driver with you in mind. So give me feedback.
All right, everybody, welcome back
One
to
second.
This Week in AI. This is the new show.
I lost my YouTube comments. Oh man, dude, I keep putting the comments behind Schaefer. I'm sorry. Let me catch you up. It's a real snail. Snail. This is real snail. Schaefer, I think you are my. This is my most loyal fan. When snail makes it big, Schaefer, you've got a lunch on this guy. You've got a lunch on me, my friend. You do. At some point, I don't know. You guys plug me in, man. Give me the industry. Who do you know? Who do you know that needs to know about TealClaw yesterday? Send them a text. Get them on the horn. Let them know. Guys have been making some cool stuff. Everybody's making cool stuff or can. I get that. How am I going to differentiate myself in this crew? What you don't know about Snail is Snail is an obsessor over his projects. You don't know that about him. You think Snail's lazy. Snail is lazy. But Snail's lazy in a productive way. That's for sure. All right. Oh, we got time for me to go run and make some dinner. Have to catch up later. All right, Mr. Shafe. We will see you, sir. I'll get off of here. Do I have anything else I'm gonna show you? Oh man, there's so many features on me already. Oh gosh, what else? Did I mention this is all free? Uh, what other settings are in here? Oh yeah, that's cool. Sometimes I get like dyslexic, man. I need that dyslexic font. The high contrast is cool. Some basic settings in here. I'm an old army boy. Gotta have the 24-hour time. Auto scroll, yes. Um, oh, haptic feedback, yeah. Because okay, this is a PWA. So you open this up in Chrome on your Android, and it'll say download at the top. You can put it on your phone. Same with the Apple with Safari. So so you'll have vibration and haptics and stuff while you're talking. Pretty cool. All right. Oh, share. Look, I can share I'm not going to do this on screen. This part, don't do it on screen. But you can share your settings with the agent. Like it'll share all the current settings that you have. Um, he'll push it to them so they can see like what they need to change or whatever. If you wanted to change something and they were getting lost or something like that, I don't know. Generate a QR code. Also not going to do that on screen, but I can generate a QR code to share this link with somebody and give them scoped access and stuff like that. Very cool. You guys got to check that out. Or I'm sorry, these are a little bit redundant, but slightly. The generate QR code will create a direct link to this, um, and then the encrypted share link will be a scoped thing. That might be the thing that people copy most. Honestly, this is a sneaker feature, dudes. Yeah, free is great. Yeah, this is a sneaker feature. This encrypted share link is some interesting insight, I think. I'm so biased talking about stuff like this, but a fairly ingenious way to deal with prompt injection stuff. So it's rate limiting and AI buffering, a buffer of like Grok buffer in between with so there's like scoped button that says like I'm adding to the calendar, and then that starts a conversation with for example, I can create, oh yeah, okay, hold on, let me pull this off real quick. I'm exposing keys like crazy. Hold on, hold on a second. Let me see. I'm gonna burn that. All right, whatever. I'm gonna burn this Grok key. You guys can go ahead and eat that up. So, hold on. Give me a second. Oh yeah, so I can't show this, but yeah, glad I moved that over. And I'm burning this Grok key. Give me a second. That would be that'd be the fastest key burn ever. And boop. Okay, so I just revoked that key. Let me bring this over here. Man, I need a new. Okay, here. I'm gonna show you real quick from the start, like a fresh thing. You can do all this in incognito, and you should, by the way, because then your keys aren't stored in memory past the incognito window staying open. Um, but let's see. Let me open incognito window here. bring this over. Okay. And I'm going to keep this over here for just a second. Create a new key. I just burned that one. All right. One second. Huh? There we go. Let's see. This is how fast it is to create Grok key. Like I'm gonna go to TealClaw.ai. I can get like I said, to connect my local gateway real fast. I can connect uh, a gateway, a remote gateway, or I can drop in my Grok key, which I'm not gonna do on screen like an idiot. And I'm gonna say save and start chatting. Bam, I'm in. All right. So that is it. Let's see here. And yeah, and now I can use I'm not connected to my gateway. Again, I can use it. This is something you can do on a phone in like, 10 seconds. Let me bring this in here. And I can say, yo, yo.
What's good,
So
fam?
again, this is free. This is free. Grok keys are free. You can you go over limit. If you're doing like deep research and stuff, you'll eat it up pretty fast because it does do quite a few API calls. If you're using voice, deep search, like it's hitting it up pretty good. But if it's like just straight talk, so every time I do, oh, oops.
Yo, I'm
So if
just
I
here to
talk like,
chat and
yeah,
help with whatever's on your mind.
shut up right
Yo, not much. Just ready to.
now. Oh, you're killing me. I gotta stop that. So
Yo, not for real.
I need to have an ability to because I like the ability to hold that and then release and then it just sends it. But I gotta also make a setting where I can just hold it, release, and it puts it in the messages or puts the thing in here so I can edit it. That makes sense too. That's probably what I would use more often, but it's an extra click to send it, so it's a little bit annoying. But whatever. For accuracy reasons, it's probably a good idea. And then I should have ooh, and then with the claw, so I'd be like talking like that. I'd be like, okay, da 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 da, and then I usually close the claw and it sends it. But what I should do is I should go like that, speak. I'll have it. I'll do this probably. Speak, and then when I close the claw, it puts it into the messages, and then within a few seconds, if I give it a thumbs up, it'll send it. That's what I should do. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you guys, this is a crazy hack, all right? But the amount of stuff, so really the secret here is that all of the heavy lifting is being done in the browser and on the user's device. That's why this can be served for free on Cloudflare pages and be lightning fast for this unlimited amount of users. It's awesome. Yeah, it's so good. But yeah, because most of it's being done, it's like your phone and your computer are far more powerful than you know. Like the ability on your phone to do the detection of the hand and detect the signals and all that. That's very easy. Like I was building a couple weeks ago, I built a system where it's like I would go like this, I would go like this, it would detect. It was a fingerprint system to like gain people's fingerprints. I go like this, it would lock in. This is all on the phone, on device, not with an app. This is from a browser, from the browser from Chrome. Okay, but I'd like go like that. It would detect the hand, and it would show an animation detecting the hand, and then I go like the, and and it'd be like it would point to the finger that it wants to scan and needs to scan, and I'd be like go like that, and then it would zoom in on the finger, take a black and white picture, or then like do the processing to make it look like it was a print. All right, so you could do A/B print testing off of that. just by that on device on, oh my gosh, without downloading it, or having, so the amount of stuff that you can do in here and the capability of adding this layer of like being able, basically what I'm doing here, if you guys are picking up what I'm putting down, is giving OpenClaw the ability to control a chat instance in the browser. Okay, that's what I'm doing here, essentially. Two-way control. That doesn't have, there's no other surface that allows for that. Discord doesn't allow for that. Telegram doesn't allow for that. No other surface allows for two-way conversation like that, where it can manipulate the chat itself. Every single element that I have in here, or most of them, if I don't have them covered, they will be, is manipulatable by the agent itself. And this is still a website, if that makes sense. I don't know how to put that, like font, all the colors, all the like all this. So I'm purposely making it so that it's malleable on the back end for your agent to be able to change all these settings for you. Like even the Grok prompts and pre-prompts and stuff like that. It's going to be able to change all that. So to real and then Okay, and then you're going to be able to save these settings basically. Um, It'll save the JSON file, and you can drag and drop the JSON in here. I haven't really shown you guys a lot of the syncing sauce that I've done here. It's very, very cool. But you can drop in just a block into the message chat, hit send, it updates all the settings and config, and that's it. So you can save that block, save that file, and drag it in, and you have all your settings just like that. Same time, you can have it saved in a skill with your OpenClaw agent, and just say, hey, load this up for me, and he makes it. He can give you a link to it, or create the link, create the gateway, create everything, send it to you. You scan the QR code, back and forth, boom, you're in. You know, and that's all. That's all. So I've shown you. This is the crazy thing about building with these things, guys. I've probably shown you, I've probably shown you 70% of the UX stuff. Oh, I can obviously day and night mode. It defaults into night mode because I'm not a heathen, but you have day and night modes. Um, yeah. So I don't know how much else, like you can on the on your if you're on your mobile, if this is a picture to take a photo button. Also, it's you can do both. You can add from the photo roll. You can add documents. You can add whatever. Um, they said drag and drop on desktop. You drag the stuff right in here. You can add multiples. Oh man, there's so much more to go over. I don't even know where to begin. Oh, this little help button's kind of cool. This will like kind of explicitly put the Grok agent into help mode. You know, for like changing stuff. But it tells you the command, like there's the quick slash commands and everything. Again, it can run the TC commands and be able to do it all itself. But oh, here, okay. Yeah, set a timer for 10 minutes to end the stream. There we go.
Yo, I
So
let's get this
it's got a
conversation
timer going.
started. Nah, for real. I'm ready to chat and provide some helpful info.
And it can
So,
label
what's
it
on your
too,
mind?
and it can make multiple ones, all the timers, all the alarms. And again, if you drag that, if you export this and then want to bring it into something else or another host or something like, or another machine or your phone or something like that, you can boop export it. It'll bring all this into that other platform. Cron jobs I can set in here very simply with the Grok agent to call the other agent. So I can, and all that's savable in the config. So if I have cron jobs set and things like that, I can have just an easier control interface on all that stuff from in here. And another one, I like the cron job system that OpenClaw has. That's great. I don't want to change that. Don't get me wrong. But the OpenClaw agent can also add cron jobs in TealClaw, and the Grok agent can add cron jobs for you in TealClaw to hit the other agent, etc. So you have another ability there. Um, yeah, cron jobs are very, very powerful. So, It can be like, hey, check my emails at this time for emails from my wife and give me updates. Like that's a simple one, but it's pretty powerful, you know? Or check my calendar every time, every day at these 3 times, whatever it is, you know, however complex you want to make a cron job. Um, yeah, because you could just say like it sends the agent run this skill at this time, and that's it. Um, so yeah, so that's all definitely you know, in mind, just the functionality of OpenClaw and how all that works. Again, multiple gateways can be connected here, and there will be, if you have multiple gateways connected, there'll be a little drop down right here. You can select from who you're talking to, which gateway or which OpenClaw agent. Um, yeah, dude. But it's all still summarized into one by the Grok agent here, you see? So you have the overall summary happening amongst the different agents. So now you have a control layer, a very, very cheap, not a control layer, a summarization layer, I guess you would say. Um, oh, dude, it's so good. I love it. I'm excited about TealClaw. I'm excited about where all this tech is going. I love automation stuff. I totally geek out about it. But I'll tell you what I geek out about most. And I'll spend the next 7 minutes talking about him. It's Jesus. For real. I haven't spent as much time as I should with him lately. Let's read some. Let's break out Pigskin. Where are we going to? You know, the world's just moving so fast right now, isn't it? The world's moving so fast. It's funny, I just kind of randomly flipped to Daniel where it's talking about the Antichrist. Yeah. Let's read something, shall we? We got some time to kill. All right, where do you want to go? I was thinking about Romans. Let's hit the Romans road. Man, it's so long I can't even flip through it anymore. That's how you know you haven't been in your Bible in a while. Forget how to get to Romans? Whew. All right, here we go. Romans 8, 1. All right, let's get. I'll have it do it afterwards. We'll see. So Romans 8, 1. So now there is no condemnation for those who belong to Christ Jesus. And because you belong to him, the power of the life-giving Spirit has freed you from the power of sin that leads to death. The law of Moses was unable to save us because of the weakness of our sinful nature. So God did what the law could not do. He sent his own Son in a body like the bodies we sinners have. And in that body, God declared an end to sin's control over us by giving his Son as a sacrifice for our sins. He did this so that the just requirement of the law would be fully satisfied for us, who no longer follow our sinful nature, but instead follow the Spirit. Those who are dominated by the sinful nature think about sinful things, but those who are controlled by the Holy Spirit think about things that please the Spirit. So letting your sinful nature control your minds leads to death, but letting the Spirit control your mind leads to life and peace. For the sinful nature is always hostile to God. It never did obey God's laws, and it never will. That's that's why those who are still under the control of their sinful nature can never please God. But you are not controlled by your sinful nature. You are controlled by the Spirit if you have the Spirit of God living in you. And remember that those who do not have the Spirit of Christ living in them do not belong to him at all. And Christ lives within you. So even though your body will die because of sin, the Spirit gives you life because you have been made right with God. The Spirit of God who raised Jesus from the dead lives in you. And just as God raised Jesus from the dead, he will give life to your mortal bodies by the same Spirit living within you. Therefore, dear brothers and sisters, you have no obligation to do what your sinful nature urges you to do. For if you live by its dictates, you will die. But if through the power of the Holy Spirit you put to death the deeds of your sinful nature, you will live. For all who are led by the Spirit of God are children of God. So you have not received a spirit that makes you fearful slaves. Instead, you received a God spirit, or you received God's Spirit, who, when he adopted you as his own children, now we call him Abba, Father. For his Spirit joins with our spirit to affirm that we are God's children. And since we are his children, we are his heirs. In fact, together with Christ, we are heirs of God's glory. But if we are to share his glory, we also must share his suffering. Yet what we suffer now is nothing compared to the glory he will reveal to us later. For all creation is eagerly waiting the future day when God will reveal who his children really are. Against its will, all creation was subjected to God's curse. But with eager hope, the creation looks forward to the day when it will join God's children in glorious freedom from death and decay. For we know that all creation has been groaning, as in the pains of childbirth, right up until the present time. As we believers also groan, even though we have the Holy Spirit within us as a foretaste of future glory. For we long for our bodies to be released from sin and suffering. We too wait with eager hope for the day when God will give us the full rights as his adopted children, including new bodies he promised us. That'd be something, man. When we were we were given this hope when we were saved. If we already have something, we don't need hope. We don't need to hope for it. But if we look forward to something we don't have yet, we must wait patiently and confidently. And the Holy Spirit and the Holy Spirit helps us in our weakness. For example, we don't know what God wants us to pray for, but the Holy Spirit prays for us with groanings that can't be expressed in words. And the Father, who knows all hearts, knows what the Spirit is saying, for the Spirit pleads for us believers in harmony with God's own will. And we know that God causes everything to work together for the good of those who love God, who are called according to his purpose for them. For God knew his people in advance, and he chose them to become like his Son, so that his Son would be the firstborn among many brothers and sisters. And having chose them, he called them to come to him. And having called them, he gave them right standing with himself. And having given them right standing, he gave them his glory. It's amazing, man. I shouldn't have read that in public. I'm tearing up. The God of all creation wants to share his glory with you. And he doesn't share with anybody, only his Son. Amen. Okay. God bless you and keep you. And may the Lord make his face shine on you. And may he look upon you with his great favor and give you his great peace. In Jesus' name, amen.